Rare that a medic like you learn to handle a weapon like that.
The number of battlefields I've seen, I was bound to pick something.
Where have you been all these years, Baptiste?
You act like you don't know.
This is why I like you.
I grow tired of chasing you.
You're tired? Imagine me. I've done things I'm not proud of. Time to start making up for it.
My favorite Baptiste quote is when he says some deserve a bullet, some deserve a bandage, and sometimes on rare occasions you gotta punch a tire. Punch the tire? Baptiste does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. Baptiste does a lot of healing, like a lot of healing. I'm gonna stop that. With these stats, it's very easy to heal bot or DPS bot, but that's not what Baptiste is all about. When you're playing him, you have amazing DPS potential and amazing support potential and the ability to be immortal, which is something we'll talk about later. The best way to describe Baptiste is what Moira should have been. See, if you're only DPSing as Bap, you will do damage, but you will realize your team is dying and it's not worth it, and the same goes for the other way around. If you're only healing, you will do a lot of healing, but you'll realize half of your kit isn't being utilized because you're not damaging. Now let's talk about the important thing, adaptability. To adapt in Overwatch, you need to have extreme game sense and extreme knowledge on how the game fundamentally works. So, if you're a new player or struggling, good luck, try to follow along. Alright, so Orisa is pushing in and there's a pocketed Sojourn above us that's extremely dangerous. Since she's pocketed, she almost has her railgun charged up all the way, meaning as soon as she does hit 100%, and goes for the headshot on our Orisa, we're most likely going to lose a main tank. But there's hope. The way you defeat the enemy Reinhardt is by shooting his shield so he has no protection and he cannot close the gap safely to swing on your teammates. And this is where Baptiste gets to shine. I need to somehow heal my Orisa while pressuring Reinhardt's shield so he can't push up easily. This is something your Ana couldn't do. It's too slow, you're going to waste your time. Good, everyone's healed up and the Rein is about to back away because his shield's taking too much damage. This is good, we're winning the poke fight. Our Ana gets hit by a stray bullet and calls out she's under attack. I turn around to see if I can help her. And this is very important because I'm turning around instead of healing my team who's about to start another push, just to see she's perfectly fine. Is this a waste of time? No, and I'll explain later. I'm gonna give you a tip to be a better support than most people. If you're walking out in the open and you see a Sojourn shooting near you and you're like, man, this guy fucking sucks, he's not hitting a single shot, and you're sitting there all cocky, there's a good chance your Widow in the backline right behind you is getting fucking shot at that you're ignoring. And this is where that information about Ana's location is gonna come in clutch. Okay, maybe clutch was a bit of a strong word, but if she did get hit by that fire strike, that means a damage boosted Sojourn could one-shot body shot her. And then after all of that, there's only one more important thing that happens, which is I start choking. So I use my left shift to heal everyone, and it's almost like a mental reset. Just get your shit together button. And because our team played pretty well, we just clean everything up. And once we're done and everyone's safe, I do a little bit of DPSing. Job is done. Oh man, these guys have been saving up their ults for a while, and our soldier's sleeping and is about to get naded. This can't get any worse. Oh my god, it just got worse. What are we ever going to do? Our soldier could get killed by the blade, and then if our soldier dies, and our Ana dies, and then surely I'm next. With one button, I shut down their entire push, and our soldier got the kill on the Genji. Man, that must be pretty annoying to play against. At least that's the only annoying thing Baptiste can do to the enemy teams, which feels unfair. So let me paint the picture for you one more time. This is their last chance to win the game. They need to win this, so they save all of their abilities and have an all or nothing type of fight. Their Ana slept and naded our visoring soldier. Their Genji was blading him. And remember, if he kills the soldier, he kills the Ana, then kills me. And I negated all of that with one button. And not only that, I also made our soldier kill their entire team with one combo. I don't know if this is OP, but it's definitely unfun to fight against. But then again, it also is a projectile that can be destroyed, and it does take a while to land, and plus it's got a whole setup animation, but it's still pretty strong. I think the problem with Immortality is that it feels like it never works half the time, but when it does work, it's extremely powerful, so it's really conflicting. Bap's window works the same way. It forces your team to play out of position sometimes, but when it does work, it works extremely well. So I guess all I'm trying to say is that, yes, his abilities are very powerful, but there are quite a lot of drawbacks to both of them, unlike Kiriko. And I think that's a problem with the new heroes in Overwatch 2. Why play Ryan when you could play Ramatra? Why play Widow when you could play Sojourn? Why play Baptiste when you could play Kiriko? Some people are good at games, some people aren't, and Blizzard knew this, so they made two different types of heroes. A character like Moira is very easy to play and understand and learn. A character like Ana is very difficult to play and difficult to understand and learn, but she gets much more value than Moira. And I've always thought this is a fair way to play the game. You could be bad at the game and still do good, or you could be good at the game and do more. I've always liked that. When Blizzard was designing Kiriko, they'll probably like, we need a character that's easier to play, that has a lot of value like Baptiste, but doesn't take a lot of skill. And as a result of that mindset, now we have a character that's so easy to play, that's also so overpowered and now overhated. A simple way to put it is that everything Baptiste can do, Kiriko can do, but easily. And I guess the question is, do you guys like the struggle of playing support? And I don't mean getting destroyed by DPS or tanks, I mean learning and adapting. Or would you rather play someone like Kiriko, where you just do everything all the time, doesn't matter how you play? I am aware that if I was to play Mercy or Moira or Kiriko, I can get more consistent wins. Now, I understand people disagree and want supports to be some sort of character that can do everything and support themselves and all of that stuff. That's not what I pick support to do. If I'm playing Overwatch and I'm sitting there thinking, I wish I could flank and do damage and get kills and not die, I shouldn't be thinking I want to play support, yet that's what you do now. And I do understand that Blizzard has been struggling with trying to get DPS players and tank players to play support and make support appealing, so what they just do is make a DPS that can heal. That isn't what I think a support should be. And that's why Baptiste is one of the best heroes in the game, because he's not an oppressive DPS, he's not an oppressive healer, he's just perfect. But why is he perfect? It's because Blizzard gave him the tools to be good but not overpowered, unlike Kiriko where they gave him overpowered tools. You have to try to be good at Baptiste. Kiriko is just good, Moira is just too good, Mercy's just too good. Baptiste is great, but you have to try and adapt to the situation. Before we move on to Baptiste as a character, I just want to tell you what I think a support should be. Support should be a character that can't do absolutely everything and does struggle and isn't safe all the time, but it should be a character that can stand on its own 2 feet. That's why I struggle to enjoy a character like Mercy, because she relies on a teammate. Not that she does better with teammates, she needs teammates to work. Then you have a character like Kiriko or Moira who can just run off and do whatever they want and be perfectly fine without any help from their teammates. A support should be a support. They don't need to hold someone's hand like Mercy, but they shouldn't just be running away with no regard for their safety like Kiriko. Okay, now that that's all done, let's move on to the character and story. Baptiste is one of the most human characters in Overwatch, convincing himself that all the bad things he's done in the past was for good, and that it was his only option to survive. As he got older, he realized that it wasn't the only choice he had, but it was the easiest choice he could make, and that's why he took them. Baptiste has been making amends to the things he's done in the past, but is constantly chased down by those mistakes. From a young age, Baptiste had to adapt to survive. Blizzard did a great job making a character that feels realistic. Maybe you might resonate with Baptiste, someone that's done something bad in the past and tries to make up for it in the present, but can never make up for what they've done. Alright, thank you for watching. The video is now over, and if you don't really care about me personally and what I have to say about my channel and all of that stuff, that's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, see you later. But if you do care, and if you've been around for a while, you might know that one of the biggest things I've been working on has been my audio. And I just want to know, has this video's microphone audio been good? As in, does it sound like I've been shouting at you the entire time? Because everyone's like, you need to be more loud, you need to mix the audio better, the music better. So for this episode or video, I've just been yelling a bit more. And I don't know if you could tell, so tell me if it sounds good, if it sounds bad, if I need to change anything. Also, sorry to my Lucio fans, I was going to make a video on Lucio, but a big portion of what makes me consider a character for a video is the cinematic at the start. And the thing is, between Baptiste and Lucio, is that I had a good idea for an intro cinematic for Baptiste. I have no clue what to do for Lucio. But just saying, Lucio was there. He is on the back burner. I just don't know how to make a cinematic for him in a relevant way or not. Speaking of, I hope you really enjoyed that cinematic. I thought it turned out good. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye. See you guys later.